Primetime.
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 Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime. Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God. This is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
Well, we are holed up in Charlotte, North Carolina, all the way back to Duval as XL Primetime gets rolling on a beautiful Tuesday. Joe C. from Charlotte, North Carolina. Big Leon Searcy back there in the big house. Big Searcy, you doing okay, sir?
I'm doing fine, Joe C. You know what I feel like, though? I feel I feel like that kid at recess nobody wants to play with.
All right, well, let's get it going with our very first guest right out of the box. And this is a name you're familiar with, Frank Reich, who used to coach the Indianapolis Colts. We know him as a star quarterback, and now he's coaching Stanford. And he looks me dead in the eye. He goes, just for 1 year. Coach Reich joins us now. How you doing?
I'm doing outstanding, Joe. Good to be with you.
Well, we appreciate it. We definitely want to kind of at least go back down memory lane a little bit with your days with the horseshoe on your hat. But you and Andrew Luck paired up for one more, almost like a kind of a reprise or let's get the band back together.
That's right.
With your decision to coach Stanford. Tell everybody how it all came together.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew had to make a tough decision, as far as making a coaching change really in late March, which is not a good time to have to make a coaching change. And just called me up and said, hey, man, I need some help. Would you consider it? And, I was a little bit taken back. I had no idea what was going on. I was retired, and I was playing golf and having a good time. And he said, well, just fly out. Let's talk about it for a day or two, and I'll give you whatever time you need. And so it took a few days, but eventually said, yeah, I'm all in, man. Let's go. Let's go win some games.
It is hard to believe. We're talking with Frank Reich, who's now going to coach Stanford for 1 year. We talked to Ron Rivera a little earlier, and those are two big names in our football world that are both in the ACC. And I know you have ties back in the day at Maryland, but did you see yourself coaching ACC ball?
Of course not. This was never in my wildest dreams.
Yeah. All right, Leon, jump in, because here's a man who has coached, Carolina, Indianapolis, and now out at Stanford.
Well, Coach, how are those frequent flyer miles going for you? Because you're going to have to travel back and forth now that you're with the ACC.
Leon, let me just tell you this. I have jumped up a couple notches in the frequent flyer program here in the last couple months, that's for sure.
Now, you coached, this is in Jacksonville, where we're trying to get that team back to that 2017 form, back to 2022. You coached from 18 into the early 20s. What are your memories of Jacksonville versus Indianapolis?
Well, first of all, Indianapolis cannot win in Jacksonville.
We did put a curse on the Colts.
Let's deal with that curse, Leon. I mean, I don't understand that.
It's real, Coach. It's real.
It is real. It's the craziest thing, Joe.
Yeah.
That's just a crazy thing. Now, when I was there, my first stint in Indy, I was quarterback coach for a few years with Peyton. I was a different story. I think Indy pretty much dominated back then.
Yeah.
But we just could not crack the code down in Jacksonville. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if we had Andrew Luck. It didn't matter who we had. Phillip Rivers. It didn't matter who we had.
Yeah.
You just cannot crack the code in Jacksonville.
And it is wild because you guys did bring in really good quarterbacks post-Peyton, and you put yourself in position to where you could at least try and make a run with Carson Wentz. You made a run as well. But I'll admit it, I called it the Colts curse, because the Colts fever way back in the day when they came in, the Ursays came in 79 to try and lure Jacksonville into bringing Baltimore down there. 40,000 fans showed up. Anyway, he left and he went somewhere else. So I called it the Colts curse. All right, Leon, jump in one more for Frank Reich as far as Jacksonville and Indy goes.
Well, I mean, those are some heated battles, absolutely some heated battles. But, Coach, is there any fond memory of the rivalry between you and Jacksonville that you can stand over?
Well, when I was the head coach, no. Now, we did have some good games against Jacksonville at our home stadium. And when like I said, when I was the position coach, when I was the quarterback coach, there were some good moments. There were some good moments down there. I remember Reggie Wayne having a couple insane. One year I was coaching receivers, too, down there, and Reggie had a monster game. And, we Jacksonville, I always remember those good defenses, and physical team. So, yeah, good rivalry for sure.
All right, so let's look at Stanford, and it is such a puzzle for us to figure out. I call it the All-Coast Conference, any coast conference, anything but what was once the Atlantic Coast Conference. So, to Leon's question, you really have to figure out how to make it best for your players traveling cross-country.
Yeah, we do. And, but we got to make it a non-event for them. Like, hey, we'll do all the work. We'll figure out what are the travel strategies, because we got 4 games that we have to travel 3 time zones. 1 going out to Hawaii and then 3 coming back, to Carolina, Virginia, and Miami. So, we'll do our homework on that. We'll get it right for the players, but the players, they don't need to know anything about that. Just show up and go to meetings, be locked in, and let's play football.
Yeah, I agree with that. So now the ingredients in a football team, what winning looks like. You've been part of it. You built it. That was a 2-win club last year. What's your list that you had to have get done?
Yeah, so, it really started with Andrew Luck getting hired as a GM. Andrew's history there as a player, he's always had a love and passion for Stanford as a school, obviously Stanford football. So I really believe under Andrew's leadership, we're about to enter a new era of Stanford football. And really part of Andrew's vision is, like when he was there with Harbaugh as his head coach, it was physical, smash mouth football. So, at some level, that's what it's going to involve. Now, listen, I'm a quarterback. I like to throw the ball. So, we're going to mix it up for sure. And this is 2025. The game's changed a little bit. And it's a little bit more spread out and we do different things. But that physicality, that mindset has really got to be the starting point.
Yeah, and David Shaw did a really good job too. But are there NIL abilities to go out and attract those types of players that for your type of offense and game?
Yeah, and yes. The short answer is yes. I think our offensive line room is real strong. Our tight end room is real strong. So, and that's where it starts in the run game. So, and I think with and it's Stanford. Listen, I know if you got an opportunity to consider Stanford, I've been out there for 3 months and I've seen it. I've seen the magic. I've drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I'm like, this place is unique. It's special. And so Andrew's going to do what it takes to bring winning back to Stanford.
Well, listen, Coach, best of luck. Old friend, old enemy. You'll go with that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We appreciate your time. Absolutely.
Thanks. All right, Leon. Thank you.
All right, Coach.
All right, Frank Reich, coach now of the Stanford Cardinal, as he is out there in Palo Alto. And I tell you what, Leon, it is such a funny thing because we had Ron Rivera on earlier, and we'll make sure that we get that fired up a little bit later on in the show. But there is an NFL flavor to these college teams. You throw Belichick in Chapel Hill, and then Ron Rivera at Cal, and now Frank Reich at Stanford. It's a different world.
Well, I mean, listen, it was like when I first came into Pittsburgh and I got paid, and I was the 3rd highest player on the team, and I had played it down. And I remember going to my locker room, and Tunchino Ilgman told me, okay, are you in this for the long term or the short term? In other words, he was saying, now that everybody's getting paid, what kind of legacy do you want to leave for not only yourself, but the program that you're with? So, right. I mean, now all these players that are making money, which is important, and they've gotten paid. Now, how do you want to be remembered? What legacy do you want to leave when you leave this university? Because, I mean, you can get the money and be remembered for the money, or you could be remembered for the impact that you had on the team that you played for.
Yeah, and I tell you, there's such a demand on these guys to figure it all out, get that everything out of that player that you want, that you could when you had a Leon Searcy on your team back in the day. You could put pressure on him. You could point to the bench. You could point to the 3, 4, 5-star recruit that's right there behind you, ready to take your spot. And in today's world, we all know that they can bolt and be gone in a heartbeat. And so it's a different world. But I do think the finances and the experience of these NFL guys coming in and saying, all right, if we are putting money on the table, we're signing guys, we can demand X, Y, and Z out of them, and let's just treat this like it's a NFL kind of setting and football program and see what we can do. And
it makes it all fair now, Joe. I mean, because back in 10 years ago, you couldn't really get on the kid if he dropped a pass or he missed a tackle because he was an amateur. These are professionals now. So along with the money comes the criticism, and it's fair, more than fair. I mean, just like in the NFL, these guys are all getting paid well. If they don't do their due diligence on the field, then they have the right to criticism. They're going to have to deal with that. And that's the difference between a 25-year-old handling the criticism in the NFL and a 17-year-old handling it. Just two different mindsets. He hasn't matured enough to handle it, in my opinion.
All right, so let's set it up today. It's a Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi Tuesday. We got all 3 dealerships that are there to wow you every day but Sunday. Linda likes to give them Sunday off because of all that hard work they put in. Well, they're definitely there to take care of you. Check out all of their dealerships and strong lineups of cars. I'll tell you about the specials as we go along today. But as we set it up, Leon, we're in a down or uptown is what they call it, uptown Charlotte Hilton, and we're in this. If you go on any of our social, Ozzy is putting stuff out on social, and you can see just this huge bank of radio stations that fill up the entire entry area on one side of this hotel, and then upstairs is where the ACC network is, and there's a lot of energy in the building today. Miami, we'll hear from Mario at 1 o'clock. Hopefully we're going to have Francis Mauigoa, one of your guys, at 12:40, and I'm going to tell you something right now. That cat is put together. That is one big son of a gun. And I believe right now he's projected as a solid first-round draft pick blocking for Carson Beck.
Oh, yeah, top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10. Yeah, that's what we do down in Miami, Joe. All right, we produce top 10s, first picks overall, all that kind of stuff.
Well, he looks pretty dang good. And then the other thing that came out of very early this morning was a couple of words that Mario said about Carson Beck, and it just kind of turned everything in the right direction for the U. And he is basically saying Carson Beck is full go right now. That's huge news for him going right into fall practice to be able to turn it loose with that injury.
Oh, absolutely. It's right on time. I mean, I'd heard whispers a couple of months ago that, he was already throwing. He looked good. He was in shape. He's motivated and good. I mean, I think he's coming in with a little chip on his shoulder. I mean, Georgia fans won't admit it because they gave you the impression that he wasn't needed anymore. We're good without him and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, y'all enjoy y'all gunner. We got Carson. We'll see if we can ride this pony.
Well, I'm going to ask him when we visit with him later, that direct question, what does he think about what they had to say about him? Because it was a little more than I'm sure he was expecting. No question about that. All right, so the 2 bigger schools that are coming in today, Rhett Lashley and the SMU Mustangs, Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes. Now, you have the other ones that are here as well, but we know who the headliners are. And as we set it up today, you're talking about storylines that are going to come out about Cal, about Miami, SMU, Stanford, who we just heard from Frank Reich, and then Virginia. We're going to have Tony Elliott on a little bit later on in the afternoon. But right now, if you're naming 3 or 4 favorites in the ACC, who are you picking as far as your favorites go to win this conference?
I mean, Miami, of course.
Yeah.
Then Clemson. Clemson is going to be, and SMU. I mean, those are. But in this conference, because it's not as tenacious as the SEC. You never know who can emerge. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if North Carolina State emerged, right, as a dark horse team. So, or maybe a Syracuse team that played well down the stretch. I mean, but I think it's a 3-horse race between Miami, Clemson, and SMU. But a lot of things have to factor in. Injuries and all that other kind of stuff. They go where they got to play on the road. I mean, Miami's got to play SMU on the road. They don't play Clemson this year, so I mean that could be a determining factor who gets into the ACC championship game. So Miami can't afford any hiccups. You start off with Notre Dame. You got Florida. You got to go into Tallahassee, which is never easy. You got to go on the road against SMU, and then your last 2 games, you got Pitt, and then you got at Virginia Tech. So those could be tough as well.
Well, we should expect a dark horse. There's no question we should, because of what SMU was able to do, and so that I totally get. But we also have to expect, I think, if the ACC is going to get to a point where they're once again among the feared and respected, is that Clemson basically needs to deliver. Miami needs to deliver. SMU would be, if they are able to do it, then you're going to say, okay, wait a minute, now we can start to expect them a little bit more instead of say there were surprises. So if the way things are going, I would think that Clemson knows there's pressure there, Leon, knows there's pressure to deliver, and Mario absolutely has to feel the same thing.
Yeah, you can't be comfortable in this division. I mean, especially with Miami down the stretch. I mean, you go 9-0 and then you finish 1-3. I mean, everybody had Miami penciled in the playoffs, go to the ACC championship, and move on, and they imploded. They absolutely imploded. So, I mean, that's going to, hopefully that's not going to be the narrative moving forward. But, I mean, you've got to redeem yourself from the fact that you started 9-0, number 6 in the country, and then you only won one out of your last 4 games, including losing a bowl game to Iowa State. I don't want to say the name of the bowl.
All right, you guys jump in, 641-1010. You can jump in on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Who you like, who you thinking as the ACC kickoff is underway. Now, we all know what's going on. We came out of the SEC Media Days last week. We got ACC kickoff here in Charlotte. Out in Vegas, baby, is where the Big Ten is holed up. And we're going to say hello to Matt Hayes coming up here in the next seg. He's going to give us an idea of what they're talking about there. Because if you are looking at betting favorites right now, as far as the Big Ten is concerned, you definitely have a lot of possibilities there that we will dig into with Matt coming up. The Ohio States, the Penn States, the Oregons of the world, and where's Michigan in all this? We'll definitely dive in on that. Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi, and Beaver Chevrolet, they are all there ready to take care of you. And Beaver Mitsubishi, I got my dude Cameron, who's now the general sales manager, and then also Chuck and everybody else that are running the show there. They want to make sure that you understand they got another great lineup of cars, so stop on in and celebrate with them, and you can take advantage of their grand opening specials. They got plenty inside the service department and on the lot when it comes to taking care of you with great deals. Beaver Mitsubishi in the AUG on Phillips Highway, the brand new Toyota dealership right next to Best Bet St. Augustine. That is at 95 and 207, and then on Phillips Highway, Beaver Chevrolet. All right, so let's say hello to Maddie coming up in just a second. XL Primetime from Charlotte, from LV, and from good old Duval.
XL Primetime, driven by big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Tom McManus buckles his chin strap as he joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl for the new Helmets and Heels.
I just love a man in uniform.
Catch the pros' point of view afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Big #1 Duval Ford is trusted by Duval families, Duval businesses, and law enforcement across Florida. We're Jacksonville's largest Ford dealer by new Ford sales with the biggest service facility to keep everything in your driveway and in your fleet on the road. Shop Big #1 Duval Ford on Cassett Avenue for our low prices and nationally recognized service-first experience. Big #1 Duval Ford, proudly serving North Florida since 1916.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit BarrOrthopedics.com.
Joe C for Hard Rock Bet, where things are heating up big time for the boys of summer. Download the Hard Rock Bet app right now and swing for the fences with your favorite baseball team and the best odds at Hard Rock Bet. And don't forget, new customers who bet $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Easy to navigate, play to win. Head to Hard Rock Bet right now with odds on every sport waiting for you. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
as soon as possible
at 641-1010.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high-interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Football season is almost here, so before it arrives, I'm going to get my home organized. Lauren Brooks here. Closets by Design creates custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms or entertainment centers. Anywhere that needs to be organized. Call today to schedule a free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off with free installation. Yes, that's 40% off plus an additional 15% off during the month of July. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Who says there's no free lunch? Join me, Prosser, and Jaguar and Gator legend Fred Taylor for free food and football talk Friday, August 8th at the Alhambra Theater. When you hear this...
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
Be caller 28 to win a pair of tickets to a free lunch with Fred. Doors open at 11. Jags talk, Gators talk, football talk, including a 1-hour Q&A with Freddie T, and we're buying your lunch. Stay tuned for this sound to win your tickets.
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
Courtesy of Jenkins Hyundai and Genesis of Jacksonville on Atlantic.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece.
I love it. I love it. I want some more of it. ACC Kickoff it's fun because you can see all the energy that is spilling into the hotel here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you guys, hopefully we'll have guests dropping by that you guys can click on YouTube and watch the stream. So just easily hook up YouTube, go to 1010XL or XL Primetime and check us out. And we now need to go to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I'm pretty sure Matt Hayes right now is either at the roulette or on the craps table rolling before the coaches come in. Matty, what's up?
I'm actually shaving, Joe. Getting ready to go.
That's boring. Come on, bro. That's boring.
Exactly. You need to see that come up red.
It's got to be good.
All right, so we set it up just a little bit here as far as the talk on day one. Obviously, Miami and SMU are the two headliners coming in today, and we'll set the table a little bit more for here. But let's go to Vegas and at least kind of set up the talk as far as the Big Ten Media Days are concerned, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's going to begin and end, really, with Tony Petit, the Big Ten commissioner, and his thoughts on the playoff and how could the 2026 play out? That is the new format, and you know where that thing is headed. And I think they're at a standoff right now. There's no doubt. The SEC and the Big Ten are at a standoff, and we'll see what happens, it's really not even the SEC and the Big Ten. It's really the Big Ten versus everyone else, because everyone else wants the 5-11 format. The Big Ten wants the 4-2-1-3 or whatever you want to call it format, and it's going to be the decision between the Big Ten and the SEC. So we'll see what Tony Petitti says to that. Outside of that, it's Ohio State Day right out of the gate. So we're going to hear Ryan Day. We're going to talk to him about his new quarterback. We're going to see how much Ohio State can rebound from a championship season where they lost a lot, Joe, on both sides of the ball, and they don't have those impact transfers like they had last year. So this is going to be very interesting to see how Julian Sain, the new quarterback, who initially signed with Alabama, and then once Nick Saban retired, transferred to Ohio State. We're going to see how he deals with it. He's not here, but we're going to see how he deals with this season, his first season as a starter. And Indiana's also in. I think Curt Cignetti, who's one of the most vocal coaches in all of college football, has now spent, 8 months about everyone saying how Indiana didn't deserve to be there. I think he's going to be a little hot today, and I think he's going to come in hot.
Now, Matt, who, if not Ohio State, then who has the weight of the room going into the conference? I mean, we're talking about the defending national championship. I mean, is there another team who should be highlighted this year who's going to probably win the Big Ten?
Well, I mean, Leon, I think Penn State is obviously a team everybody's looking at. They got like 16 starters returned. They've got Drew Law, the starting quarterback, who now will be in his third year as a starter. It's kind of all set up for Penn State, really. The schedule's favorable. I think a lot of people would be shocked if not only did they not get to the playoff but not win the Big Ten. I think this is kind of the year where they're going to win the Big Ten for the first time since 2016. They have the ability, the talent. It's a matter of going to get it. And the Oregon game, which is probably going to be the toughest game, believe it or not, is at home. So that'll be a test for them, no doubt about it. But they're certainly the team that I think is the favorite. Ohio State might even come out of here as the media pick, which would shock me. But it's kind of like you're one of those things where I'll see it when I believe it with Penn State. Oregon also a big team. I think Dylan Raiola, who Nebraska's here right now at day one. Dylan Raiola is a big time talent at Nebraska. Finally got the Huskers back to the postseason, to a bowl game for the first time since 2016. Now going to try and see what they can do also with another very favorable schedule. And again, you have to start looking at it like that too, especially in the Big Ten when you've got 18 teams. The rotation of the schedule gives a team or two or three the ability to have a favorable road to getting to 10 wins or 11 wins. And if you get to 10 wins or 11 wins in the SEC or the Big Ten, you've got a very good chance of getting to the playoffs. So Nebraska could be one of those sneaky teams.
Yeah, you catch the schedule right, and it will give you a big old kiss coming back with that large conference the way it is. And Dylan Raiola he is a star. And if they get it together, what Matt Rule can do offensively and get this kid going once again, he kind of got a quick start and then kind of got submarine a little bit in the second half of the year. But the media, like you said, Matt, may end up predicting Ohio State, just like the public will, okay? And Hard Rock, I can't wait to start looking at the numbers, but I'll just give you right now at least what the betting numbers are in Vegas, the favorites to win the Big Ten, and you should not be shocked. Right now, Ohio State has the shortest odds, plus 200. Penn State next best, plus 250. Oregon, plus 300. Michigan is an 8.5 to 1 choice. And then Southern Cal, just a little bit of a I don't know. It's an opportunity, Matt, if Lincoln Riley can get everything going defensively the way he needs to match up with his offense. They're plus 2,500. That ain't a bad bet.
It's not, and I think they've added some key pieces this offseason. I think if you're Southern Cal and you're Lincoln Riley, you kind of have to just sustain right now. If they can get to 9 wins, I think that's going to help him because he's recruiting really well high school, and I don't think he can handle another disappointing 6 or 7 win season. He's got to get to that 9-win level, I think, for them to really start buying into him because he's really now starting to recruit well high schools. They've got it going with their NIL. They've got it going with the general manager they have there, and they're connecting right now. So he needs to win to keep the momentum going.
Matt, any surprise? I'm a little surprised that Michigan's not getting a little bit more love than they deserve. I mean, if they had a quarterback, just a a decent quarterback last year. We know what they do in the trenches on both sides of the ball, but with Bryce Underwood coming there, a 5-star recruit out, I mean, if he can show the goods this year, I mean, wouldn't that give Michigan a chance? Or is that too tall of a task for a freshman?
Well, I mean, we've seen it before, certainly. Definitely with redshirt freshmen. At times with true freshmen, obviously. But that's a tall task to be in that situation with a team that, honestly, Leon, is still building. They're still getting to where they need to be. You're also, I mean, let's not forget, you're talking about a 5-loss team last year. A team that, really didn't look that good for majority of the season because, of course, the quarterback spot. They struggled mightily there at the quarterback spot. Now, how big of an impact can Bryce Underwood have from day one? That's the big question. If he's one of those rare guys, if he's one of those Jameis Winston-type impacts, and Jameis also was a redshirt freshman too, so if he's one of those rare dudes that, as a freshman, can be a game changer, I think that they can make some noise. I don't think they're going to win the league. I don't think they're going to get close to winning the league, but they can certainly get an upset or two and maybe get to 8 or 9 wins. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we start taking a look at the idea of the stars, the next set of stars that can jump up. And I think if we're talking about, like Julian saying is a good example, other guys, Matty, that would be coming out of the Big Ten that you think, like we know Jeremiah Smith's going to be a superstar, okay? It just depends on if Sayan can get the ball to him. And you can easily point to Drew Aller. He's going to have weapons coming back for him. Who else in the Big Ten?
Well, I mean, I think Oregon is if you want to talk about rosters, Oregon's roster is as good as anybody's. But again, you don't know what you got at the quarterback. I mean, Dante Moore played well at UCLA in his first year. He also struggled. Then he sits out a season. Now he's the projected starter again. Let's see what he can do. He clearly has talent. He's a former 5-star recruit. He's a guy that's has the ability to run that offense and be a dual threat guy that they like to have there. But again, Joe, it's I want to see it before I believe it. It's one of those deals. So there's a lot of questions, I think, at the top of this league. And I think at the very top, what Julian's saying, we don't know what he is. We have no idea. We know he was a huge recruit, a 5-star cat that Nick Saban loved, recruited, signed. That's all we know about him. He barely even threw the ball last year. I think he has like a total of like 20-something career pass attempts. So this is all new to him too, man. All of this is new. When he goes on the road in the Big Ten, it's all new to him. So we have no idea what's going to happen. And he's not going to have that defense that they had last year that was basically making up for every mistake they made on offense early on when Will Howard was trying to figure it out. So, yeah, there's a lot to look at when you start talking about Ohio State as like the penciled-in favorite here. I don't believe that.
Okay, Matt, who's your projected dark horse? And we know the Ohio States, we know the Oregon, we know the Penn State. Who you rolling with as far as a team that could emerge late in the season? Is it Nebraska?
It's not Nebraska. Y'all might laugh at this, and it's actually a team that's here day one. Illinois.
Oh.
Illinois has, I believe, the most stars returning in the league. Luke Altmaier now is his third year at quarterback. Remember Luke Altmaier at Ole Miss when he was playing the Sugar Bowl, backing up Matt Corral, and Matt Corral got hurt? He went in there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
He's come a long way. And Bielema's kind of built this team in like his Wisconsin team mold. They're physical, very good on defense. They don't make mistakes. And he's winning the close games that he used to lose, those one-possession games. Now he's starting to win them, and I think that's the key. That was his big problem at Arkansas. He could not win those one-possession games. And early on at Illinois, it was the same problem. And I think they figured it out last year. And now they got a lot of confidence, man. You got a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of fifth-year senior guys that have been through this, and this is, I think, a dangerous team. And again, once again, schedule is favorable.
All right, Matt, we appreciate it, buddy. We'll be checking in with you a little bit later on out in Las Vegas for Big Ten Media Days. We've got Carson Beck, Mario Cristobal, Rhett Lashley. All of them are coming up on XL Primetime, Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi Tuesday, right here on the Superstation.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
You press the button. Behind those doors, there's a life you always dreamt of.
This is 1010 XL.
This is Jennifer Marion at Randy Marion Cadillac. Are you ready to drive away today in luxury? Then you should check out Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
Discover our luxurious lineup with over 100 Cadillacs to choose from, including the stunning Cadillac IQ, Lyriq, Optique, and Vistique.
And here's something important. The $7,500 tax credit on EV vehicles will be gone in just 90 days.
That's right. Don't miss your chance to save while driving in style.
Visit us at Randy Marion Cadillac.
Plus tax type Title $9.99 admin fee and resist all on approved credit.
From humble origins on Beach Boulevard to the grandeur of the old homestead, Takaloo has bucked the odds, selling cheap tacos and even cheaper beers since 2008. I'll be the first to lament that nothing is cheap anymore, but much has not changed in 17 years. Bangin' Shrimp still rocks, margaritas flow day and night, and we love to see old friends and make new friends every day. You can still spin the wheel or sit outside on the patio in the sun with friends and family. It's been a ton of fun, and we have you, Jacksonville, to thank for 17 years. Takaloo in Jacksonville Beach.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner. With honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
If you're 35 to 75, you could get life insurance today. No medical exam needed. I'm Cody with Harborstone Financial. One call could protect your family for life. Call me today, 904-885-9566.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 22nd, 2020, the Orlando Magic take on the LA Clippers in the first 4 scrimmage games at the Walt Disney World campus as part of the NBA season restart.
Tailgaters parking season passes are on sale now. Secure your Jaguar season parking today. Enjoy indoor restrooms, a full-service bar and grill, access 4 hours before kickoff. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and book your space today.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here. Summer heat is on the rise, but don't sweat it. Big Chief Tire has your back with $50 off all AC services. Whether your system needs a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert team will keep you cool and road ready all season long. With 5 locations across Jacksonville, trusted service is always nearby. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rollin'.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I told you before, my daughter Amber is following the lead of Hacker and Mike and Matt and trying to lose a few pounds with Awaken 180. Well, I got to tell you, she's been amazed at the results. Now get this. She's been in the program 3.5 weeks. She's lost 22.5 pounds. 22. It's hard to believe. And she is so excited. There's nothing better than seeing your kid excited. She said it's so convenient. She raves about her coach, who she speaks with once a week. She said the food's terrific, and she's never hungry. Man, she's found a program that really works, and boy, is she excited. If you want to give it a try, call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or visit awaken180weightloss.com. It's changing my daughter's life. It really is. And it can change yours as well. 844-346-1800 or awaken180weightloss.com. If you're looking for a transformation, now's the time to call Awaken 180.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. a family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Rebound Rehabilitation. 11 great locations across the First Coast, and they're just a click away when it comes to feeling strong and healthy again. If you need the best path to recovery, look no further than Rebound Rehab. Log on and check out one of their great 11 locations.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
ACC Kickoff, XL Primetime. Joe C. up in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, and we've got plenty of things happening here. And the talk is the U today. They're the marquee school coming in. And all I can tell you is I'm looking across the table here at the 1010XL setup on Radio Row, and I see a healthy-looking Carson Beck. Welcome in, Carson. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
I think that the two words were full go from your head coach, Mario Cristobal, earlier today, and so that means you're healthy and 100%, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Feels good. Feels good to, be back, fully going, fully indulged, back into practice, getting with the guys. It's been a long time coming.
All right, so detail that just for Duval a little bit, because you were certainly a big success in red and black, playing for the University of Georgia, SEC championship. You're in a position to take the team as far as you and the team can go. Bottom line is you have the UCL injury, and you're down and out. What has it been like from there? Kind of tell us a story and take us through that journey.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Honestly, obviously, that was a very unexpected event that very much changed the future of, what my life was going to look like. Yeah. And, from that moment, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. Obviously, not only trying to heal the elbow and going to have to get surgery 2 days before Christmas out in LA, to ultimately deciding to, move schools and come down to Miami, be entrenched into a new culture with new teammates, new coaches, right, in a new city. Yeah. Then, my house gets broken into. There's numerous amounts of things. And, honestly, it's all just been a part of the journey. And ultimately, we've gotten to where we are now, and I'm the person that I am because of it. And it's all been a part of the journey, and I'm just excited to be fully back, 1 week out from fall camp.
We're talking with Carson Beck, former Georgia star, former Mandarin High star, who won a state title in Jacksonville, and now with the U. And I do got to take you back because it was a journey, and it's funny. And I kind of fought for you a little bit with Bulldog Nation, because as soon as you got hurt, they're like, hey, Gunner's up, Gunner's good, Gunner's going to do this. And I'm not even asking you to say anything negative about him, but it's almost like they dispatched you really fast. Did you take that personally?
I don't take it personally. That's what fans do, right? I don't know. It is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion on whatever matter it is. So I don't know. Obviously it's not the best thing, right? It doesn't feel amazing for me, but especially being that I was out of school for 5 years, and that's, kind of the route that they chose. So it is what it is. And I'm here at Miami now and excited to get started.
Well, you look good in the green and orange. So what was Mario's biggest selling point to you, other than he just sent Cam Ward off into the NFL as the number one pick? What else was it?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when I first talked to Coach Cristobal was, and Coach Dawson as well, I think, in, similarities of the two is just their demeanor, right? Their approach, right? Not even talking ball, right? Just who they are as people, right? The culture that they're developing here at Miami. That's what I think drew me here the most, and just that quiet confidence that Coach Cristobal has, that Coach Dawson has, just speaking on the phone with them, in the process of deciding to ultimately come down here. Well, not here, but down in Miami, right? Yeah. Again, I've been really excited to, continue to build that relationship with Coach Cristobal and ultimately, play under him this season.
We're talking with Carson Beck, former state champ at Mandarin, to Georgia and now to Miami. And when you mentioned Shannon Dawson, your offensive coordinator, he is a dude that did some really good stuff with Cam Ward. Your skill set seems to suggest the same thing. So what kind of things have you picked up from him, and what can we expect offensively?
Yeah, absolutely. You just look at what he's able to do schematically, right? Just from a game-to-game basis and planning against defenses and what they're obviously going to try to do against us. You get a balanced attack with a good O-line, right? You got good running backs back there, whether that's in the passing game or the running game. And then schematically, from a concept standpoint, it's everything that you could ask for as a quarterback, right? With freedom and the ability to change things and go fast, go slow, huddle, don't huddle, right? It's everything you could ask for as a quarterback. So I'm really excited to play underneath him.
So give us a little bit of an idea of who you have around you, the guys you've been able to work with during the summertime that you feel pretty good about. Because if you think about it, Carson, the season last year at Georgia either had guys that weren't up and available or guys that were injured. And that was really the receiving core and the running back. That's two pretty good groups down at Miami right now for you to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. Across the board, from obviously there's young talent and then there's veteran guys that have come in, like CJ Daniels, right, from LSU. That's the one guy that I feel like I really clicked with right from the beginning. I remember the first day that I walked in, he was sitting in the meeting room with Coach Dawson, and he's the first guy that I met on the team, right? So I feel like our relationship has been really, really good. But across the board, from young guys that have just come in to talented transfers to talented guys that, have been a part of the program, I'm really excited to, continue to work with them. Obviously, this whole entire summer we've been going at it and getting better and building the chemistry. But as we come into fall camp, I think it's really going to start to explode.
I got to believe that your leadership that you bring down to Coral Gables can only help what's happening at the U. They've not won an ACC championship. It really blows my mind. Leon Searcy, who's on our show, Hurricane Hall of Famer, he knows how many times they won big trophies. They won national championships, and here you are. Miami has not won an ACC. So your leadership, your experience, what you went through in Athens playing and winning championships, how much do you think that's going to kind of breathe life into the goals this year?
Yeah, obviously I don't think that there's any way where it doesn't help, right? I think that my experience from the things that I've been through, the games that I've played in, the players that I've played against, right? Even just being at Georgia, right? The immense amount of talent that has come through that school whenever I was there, ultimately has, built me into the player and person that I am today. And I do think that those things will help on this team. And as long as they, give me the reins and I can earn their trust through that and earn their respect to be able to lead them and be able to take that position as the quarterback of the team, I think the sky's the limit.
Two games that we can't quit talking about. Miami versus Notre Dame, Miami versus Florida. Those are two huge games early in the calendar. What's been the chatter among players as you guys get ready? Because going up against Marcus Freeman and company, that's going to be a sturdy test for you guys and a huge ball game to start the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing for me as I've gone throughout my career and what I've tried to preach to the guys is just taking things like day by day. And really at this point it's week by week, but as we get into fall camp now, it's more like, okay, day 1, day 2, day 3, right? Like our season and our schedule, amazing. Like we got some really big games at home, on the road, right? There's big goals, big aspirations for what we want to do as a team, but none of that happens if we can't focus on just trying to be the best version of Miami on day 1 of camp, day 2 of camp, right? And that was the mindset back in the spring. That was the mindset throughout player-led practices throughout the summer, right? And the workouts. And what do we have to do to be the best version so that on August 31st on a Sunday night at 7 p.m. we're the best team that we possibly can be, right? Yeah. And I really think that that's the mindset that we have to take is day by day throughout camp, figure out who we're going to be, figure out our identity, and then take it from there ultimately.
I'm looking right behind you at Francis Mauigoa. That is one big son of a gun. You've got to look forward to him to blocking and protecting, right?
No, absolutely, man. Again, that whole O-line, they're special, man. And not only do they look the part, they work their butts off, right? You look at the after hours is like what I like to call it, right? The after hour work, the work that goes unseen. It's not unseen. I see it, right? I'm sitting there, I'm walking out of the workout, right, to go watch my film or something, and I'm walking through the hallways and looking out the windows, and they're out on the field getting extra work in an hour and a half after our workout, after our run. And it's like, you can tell just by action, not by the words that they say, that these dudes want it, right? Yeah. And that's who leads the team, right? The trenches, the O-line, the D-line, and specifically on the offensive line, that's what they do, and they want that, right? They want to be respected in that manner.
Yeah, he looks like a top 5 pick. He really does. He's an unbelievable athletic specimen. All right, so just a couple things to wrap up. The quarterback whisperer is like we told you earlier. Denny comes in and visits with us weekly. The whisperer, Carson. We call him the whisperer. And we're always asking, hey, dude, lean in, give us a little intel. And he said more than anything else, what you've had to do is just not necessarily change your throwing motion, but just go through everything just to make sure that you are healthy. So give us an idea of what you have done mechanically or anything, just to make sure that your arms holds up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a process. It's 100% a process after having an injury like that, not being able to throw for 4 months. And then you have to, it's not really like I'm not relearning how to throw. I think that was the biggest thing I was scared of, right, going into it, or nervous about, and I'm not necessarily scared. But the biggest thing I was nervous about was, like, am I going to have to relearn how to throw? Like, how is this process going to be, right? Just kind of like the anticipation and, like, maybe a little bit of, like, the anxiety of, like, going into the process of starting to throw again. Mm-hmm. And I think it was, like, 2 weeks in, probably, as the arm and the shoulder and the elbow and the forearm and the bicep and your whole arm, like, starts to, like, get back into it. It's like, I just let one rip, like, just throw it, because at that point it's a mental thing. And I let one rip, and it came out and it spun well, and I was like, I'm back. Yeah. Like, there's not going to be any issues, not going to be any problems. It felt normal again. And that was a really, really exciting time, because I remember the first day that I threw, I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be a difficult journey, which it has been. Yeah. And now you get to this point and you look back on, those beginning days of when I started throwing again, and it's like, well, I don't even know why I was worried in the first place. Like, the time was going to tell, and everything was going to ultimately end up working out. So, again, like, it's good to just be back 100% where I can just go out and throw and not even have any problems.
Yeah, full go. That's the 2 words that Miami fans wanted to hear. All right, Carson, best of luck, continued success. Good to see you. Look great. And like we said, looking forward to Canes, Notre Dame. You know how big that ball game is going to be, don't you?
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I've
played in a couple big games in my career.
Yeah, you have. You got some experience there. All right, Carson, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, Big Sirs, your reaction, because the dude, he was fired up.
Bro, I'm going to give you my best T.O. impersonation, bro. That's my quarterback. Yeah. That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
And did you hear what he had to say to Georgia fans?
Well, you know what? I mean, Carson Beck reminds me of maybe not in the same situation, but when Jalen Hurts was at Alabama, he was cast away like a leper. I mean, it was, the total disregard for him once he left, as if, you could find somebody much better that quickly. So, I mean, listen, it has to go off to Georgia and dealing with Gunner, but I can't concern myself with them. Carson's healthy. He's got a phenomenal offensive line blocker for him. He's got a hell of a running game, and he's got weapons around him. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what they do when the table is set for him to eat. And I'm sure Mario and the coaching staff have put a table for Carson to eat, and let's see what kind of season he has this year.
And the other thing that you heard him say, Leon, is that Shannon Dawson, who I know you love, is an offensive coordinator. His game fits that play call style, and he feels like he's got good players around him, including a kid from A&M, a kid from LSU that came in through the transfer portal to play wide receiver.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal offensive coordinator. He's a I want to call him an offensive genius, but I've seen some of the plays that are called at Miami that benefited Cam Ward. Now, Cam Ward may be a little bit more mobile than Carson Beck, who tends to stay in the pocket a little bit more, but I don't think that's going to affect anything as far as his play calling goes.
Yeah, I love it. And then the other thing, and JJ, maybe you can pull that one piece where he basically said he was at Georgia for 5 years, and he did say, hey, fans are going to be fans and no hard feelings, but that kind of ate at him just a little bit, that they were ready to dispose and dispatch of him quickly.
Yeah, of course. I mean, how could you not have some kind of feelings to what the fan base says about you when you had been there so long? You would think they have a little bit more respect for you. I mean, he didn't win he's got 2 championships there, although he didn't start in them. But he is 23. He is 28-3 as a starter.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else you need him to do.
And the other thing that does kind of blow my mind in today's world, he's 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been around for a minute. And we don't have that many, and let's just call him right now, if healthy, a projected first-rounder because of the position he plays. We don't have that many that are 23 years old. And so we'll see if it pays off. And you know as well as I do, let's make this the 10-10 take real quick, JJ, if you don't mind.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pit masters since 68.
Saturdays in the fall are going to be here before you know it. Make sure you get you some good grub at any one of your area Sonny's. Load up with some tailgates or party plans at the house and enjoy all that ball. Because Carson Beck, and he said, I played in some big ball games, and he dang sure has. He's now looking at an opportunity to put together a schedule and a run that is more favorable. And I asked him directly in reference Big Sirs. This team needs to win an ACC championship, and he can be the guy to lead them. So schedule-wise, it's big to begin with. We know that. The Notre Dame and Florida game loom large. But they are in the ACC. We know the difference between an SEC schedule and ACC schedule. And I know all ACC fans will just come at me on that one. But bottom line is he can get them to the championship game, and it's imperative for them that they get over that hump and that they win that ACC title and get into a college football playoff game. That's the 10-10 take. I mean, Leon, it's doable. There's no question in my mind it's doable.
And he's battle-tested. I mean, he's played in the big bad SEC and the ACC. I don't care what you say. It's not the SEC as far as competition goes. As far as the big games goes, he's been in them, and he's won them. So, I mean, it's favorable for him. The schedule's favorable for him, and let's see what happens.
All right, sounds good. Now, we're going to get ready for a little more Miami talk coming up at the top of the hour. Francis Mauigoa, a big tackle and a high NFL prospect. We'll say hello to him first to start off the 1 o'clock hour, and then Coach Mario Cristobal will follow him. It is XL Primetime from the ACC Kickoff. We say thanks to the plumbers and pipe fitters, Local 234.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
The Gator Bowl, 1979. More than 50,000 people in the stands. And what a statement they made that night. 50,000 people, one voice. We want the NFL.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Ready to add some value to your day? The everyday deals at Sonny's have got you covered. Right now, you can get the pork big deal for 10, the pork and rib combo for 12, all you can eat ribs for $19.99, and our new loaded barbecue potato for $11. Available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue, local pit masters since 68.
Duck Duck Rooter. We've seen it all. Whatever's blocking your pipes, we'll get it flowing again. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule your drain cleaning service. That's 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit Bowden.com for a free screening. Bowden Associates, keeping the first coast focused.
Discuss the beautiful game. The Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Get an hour of soccer talk Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate Get the best guarantee in the window replacement business. Save money on your new windows and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Are you ready to play this summer? At the First Coast YMCA, we're committed to being your home for health and wellness and a place for friendly competition with team sports for adults and for kids. Basketball, volleyball, pickleball, flag football, soccer. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Discover all the benefits of YMCA membership and find your fun this summer at the Y. Registration for team sports and summer camps is open now. Visit fcymca.org.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm John Haney from Clearwater Gutters and Drainage. After heavy rains, the problems are obvious. Mulch blown out of your beds, water standing around your foundation, and that fancy new crater back behind your bushes. Let Clearwater Seamless Gutters help you solve the problem spots.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters. And drainage, too.
Find out more at clearwaterjacks.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
David here with Royal Pest Services. It's back. Our summer Centricon Termite Special. New installs begin as low as $249. And if you have existing Centricon, but your renewal is through the roof, we can transfer you to Royal at no cost. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free estimate.
Celebrate National Carpet Cleaning Month with Zero Res. Hicken here. Check this out. $45 per room of carpet clean. Take 20% off your air duct services. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and take advantage of the savings. Zero Res.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. As the rest of the team has now filed in and checked in for training camp, the Jacksonville Jaguars will begin camp on Wednesday. Open dates at Miller Electric Center for all practices. Parking lots will open at 7 a.m. Gates open at 7:45. Practice is expected to start at 8:30. Open practice dates are going to include tomorrow, the 23rd, Thursday, the 24th, and Friday, the 25th, which will be the exclusive season ticket member day. Sunday, July 27th will be NFL Back Together Sunday with a rookie poster giveaway. July 28th will be the first day of full pads. You'll also have open dates on July 29th, August 3rd, and August the 5th. Right now, 89 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time in 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
We are having a cool time. Day one of the ACC Kickoff. This is talking season, as we always like to refer to it, and it's the beginning of really that football fever for a lot of fans, and we are definitely digging it up here in Charlotte, North Carolina. First day, teams that are coming in include SMU, Cal, Virginia, but one of the big names here on the floor of this beautiful Charlotte Uptown Hilton and around college football is Miami, the U, and we have big tackle Francis Mauigoa joins us now. They call him CC. CC, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, and you're a big human being. I just guessed his weight, and it's 6'6", 335. I went with 331. A big human being and big-time talent. One of the big pieces, centerpieces, if you will, for Carson Beck to come down to Miami and look forward to playing. You got to be excited about this season and what's ahead for you.
Oh, yeah. Every season, there's always an opportunity to play football. Not many kids have this opportunity, so I try to take advantage of every time I get to play.
All right, we got the Hurricane Hall of Famer Leon Searcy back in Jacksonville, ready to throw some questions at you.
Francis, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, listen, I just want to let you know I'm a big fan, bro. Absolutely big fan. And I have no problem passing the mantle as the best right tackle. You are the best right tackle in the University of Miami history. I'm calling it out right now. I'm passing you the mantle. Now go and lead with it.
I can't take that away from you, bro.
No. Listen,
take that away from me.
Listen, I'm telling you, I've watched film on you. I love your skill set, your transitions out your stance, your ability to pull, get around the corner. You're good with the inside hand, leverage, feet, hands. I'm telling you, you're going to be a projected all-pro in the next level. I'm actually absolutely excited about it.
Appreciate it.
So now, that's on the back burner. Have you done anything to your game this year that you worked on that you may have struggled with last year? Because, we're always, as offensive linemen, we're always sharpening our tools, stuff that we want to work on, hands, feet, all that kind of stuff. Has there been anything specifically that you wanted to work on this offseason that could translate well for the season coming up?
Yeah, like you said, we work every time, it's hands, feet, eye coordinating. One of the things that I've added to my tool belt is so I went to this camp, O-line Mastermind, 2 weeks ago, and I've got a chance to meet with some of the Hall of Famers and some of the veterans in the NFL and kind of learn from them. It was an awesome experience as well, and it was just one thing that pops out to me was the mentality going into the game. It's something that we know that the mentality is one of the biggest part in the game of football. But it was kind of a awakening call, It's that mentality that whenever you go into a game, you always got to think that you're the baddest sucker out there. Mm-hmm. And that's what I took away from Kevin Mawai, Lane Johnson, the Deion Dawkins, and Joe Thomas, all of them great offensive linemen. And second of all, it was taking in the knowledge from these different, because not all offensive linemen are the same. Mm-hmm. So it's taking in as much as I can, be a sponge, and taking as much information that I could from all these great veterans and Hall of Famers.
And Leon, he might have taken a line from you because Leon would always go out there going, "I'm the baddest mofo about to walk on this field," right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You have to think that way. You've got to program yourself before you step out on that field because fear is not an option. Mm-hmm. You're going in there. You're going up against a grown man for the next 60 or 70 plays. And it's a war of wheels. It's an absolute war of wheels, and you can't let him find any weakness in your arsenal, or he'll expose it. But if you find a weakness in his arsenal, then you can expose it as well.
Yeah, that's very true.
America's Samoa. We're talking with Francis Mauigoa, and you'll see people refer to him as CC. You like being called CC.
Yeah, that's my Samoan name.
Yeah, there you go. See, I love that. How is it? Because we had a couple of really talented American Samoans that were on the Jaguars' offensive line. First off, I guess they grow big and tall and big and strong. Isn't it something else to see that many from American Samoa?
Oh, so yeah, it's American Samoa is a small island, and a lot of great talents come out of there.
Yeah.
It's very, very sad looking at some wasted talent that, we still got some, but there's a lot of wasted talent back in American Samoa because we don't have as much exposure. We don't have, good quality game. Over here is all about speed and, technique, but in Samoa, where I grew up on, is strength and just muscle everything through. You know, if you see it online, you'll come upon a video where it says run it straight challenge. It's a rugby challenge, but you just run straight at each other. And that's what sort of like our mindset growing up in American Samoa. But when I came over here, it was like all like technical, all speed and everything like that. So it's we got speed and we got strength on the island, but I feel like a lot of it's going to waste.
Now, Francis, I don't know if you know this or not, but Coach Mario Cristobal and I played together at University of Miami. We won 2 national championships together. What has he meant for your career at Miami, and what kind of legacy do you want to leave once you leave?
So Coach Cristobal is one of the the best, if not the best, offensive line coach, because he's been around with the offensive line with Coach Mirabal, and this guy will push everything into like excellent. Whenever there's days where we feel like not doing anything, and we go outside, we try to do some drills, and we think we're doing it to our full potential, but it's not pleasing to the eyes of the head coach. So the head coach started restarting the whole thing, and that pushes us. Like it don't matter how tired we are. We all got to go to full go. Like, don't leave anything behind. And having that as a head coach and as an offensive line coach, there's nothing better I could ask for from a coach.
A couple more for CC Mauigoa, a big tackle for the University of Miami that's looking forward to a great year with Carson Beck in particular under center or in shotgun. How the hell, Cam Ward to Carson Beck, okay? You already blocked for one great one in Cam Ward. How good do you think Carson Beck can be?
Carson Beck came in and brought a lot of impact with him too. So, winning national championship at University of Georgia, obviously he got experience. And, when he came to University of Miami, he's really humble with it. He don't go around flashing his rings. He don't go around talking about his national championship. But, he's very humble. He's very well-grounded. And he's always with the team. Mm-hmm. He always spend time with the team. He always with us. And, he's a very great leader as well. He came into our offensive line room. We talked a little bit. He said, hey, let me slide the position this way because I know this is going to come. If you have a quarterback back there that don't know what he's doing back there, something's wrong.
Trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble. So having him back there with his experience, I feel very confident about his leadership and also with his team.
Now, CC, let me ask you this question. How do you want to be remembered at the University of Miami?
I want to be remembered as one of the hardest worker coming out of Miami. I always push myself to exceed my limits and, to gain everybody's trust. But I wanted to make sure that if anybody asks about me, someone could say he's the hardest worker on a 2023 to 2025 class.
Okay, now what I wanted you to say, CC, is I'm the biggest, baddest offensive lineman ever to play at the University of Miami.
That comes with it.
All right, all right.
If I'm the hardest worker, better believe you're not outworking me.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, listen, CC, best of luck. Enjoy it. I know you guys are fired up down at the U. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Leon, I tell you what, impressive young lad. Real quick, I'm going to get the origin on video of the necklace he's wearing. So we'll do that coming up in just a second. Let's get ready for your teammate, your line mate, Mario Cristobal, Big Sur's coming up on XL Primetime. He's up next.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies.
Why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
Because you did not use the magic word.
What is the magic word?
1010XL, where sports magic happens.
Please.
Hayes Carline here. If you're shopping for a new ride, you've got to check out Atlantic Infinity. Not only do you get a luxury vehicle, you also get the Atlantic Infinity Promise Free with every new car. That's almost $2,500 in added value just for buying smarter, and you don't have to sweat it out on the lot. Shop in their indoor climate-controlled showrooms. It's cool, comfortable, hassle-free. They're on Atlantic near St. John's Bluff, or browse anytime at AtlanticInfinity.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Hey, poker players, Christmas in July is back at Best Bet, along with daily high hand promotions. This month, get ready to cash in on over $700,000 in high hands at all Best Bet locations. And ride the waves into Best Bet St. Augustine for chances to ride away on a Yamaha Wave Runner. From table games to tournaments, Best Bet has a spot for everyone. Visit BestBetJax.com. That's BestBetJax.com for all the exciting details.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
Cooking with Crisco.
These things are wonderful. You're going to love it. Have a rolling. Oh.
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Hey, Hickett here. Think you got the ugliest garage floor on the First Coast? Your garage a crack-stained hot mess? Hold on to your squeegee. Checkmate Coatings is hunting for the worst garage floor out there. And the winner gets a free garage coating makeover. Whoa! Take 10 seconds. Snap a pic of that garage eyesore. Register at checkmatecoatings.com/contests for a chance to win a free floor coating. It's easy. Just snap a quick pic and enter for a chance to win at checkmatecoatings.com/contest. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Send your favorite person a sweet summer surprise today from Kuhn Flowers, creating memories for over 70 years. This is JJ, and it's just so easy. Order online at kuhnflowers.com, Jacksonville and Ponte Vedra.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to I-9 Sports with fall and winter registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. I9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
The 2025 NFL season is just around the corner, and we can't wait for you to be back at the bank. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are starting off the preseason going head-to-head with the Pittsburgh Steelers Saturday, August 9th. Be at the bank as the Jags take the field for the first time this season and grab your tickets for a 7 p.m. kickoff by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you soon, Jags fans.
The SEC and the ACC will face off in Jacksonville at the 81st TaxSlayer Gator Bowl game December 27th at 7:30 p.m. Join us for Saturday Night Football in Primetime at the bank. Preferred locations and pricing available now at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool. On 1010XL.
Beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. I like the city. This is one of those cities you talk about getting out and being on your feet, walking. There's plenty of restaurants, plenty of stuff going on in the uptown area of Charlotte, North Carolina. We definitely been having a good time. ACC Kickoff, thanks to Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi. They are all ready for you. Like I said, brand new Mitsubishi lineup in the AUG right there on US 1, and then the brand new Toyota location right next to Best Bet St. Augustine. So check them out right there at 95 and 207. And, of course, my buddy Brett and Jamie and all of them over at Beaver Chevy on Phillips Highway. Make sure you check them all out. So, Big, we're going to say hello to Mario coming up here in just a second. And, I think between what Francis said, what Carson said, we talked to Wesley Basaint, we talked to Akeem Mesidor earlier. Look, there is a lot to play for, and with that comes expectations, and I think these guys are all primed for it.
Yeah, I mean, last year, a 10-win season at Miami, you would say that was success, but, I tend to set the bar a little bit higher. I mean, the ACC championships in play, the national championships in play. And this team will tell you, we're not going to dawn on what happened last year, but this team will tell you down the stretch, they would tell you they was disappointed the way they finished. So I think that it's going to be very important that this team starts fast because they've got Notre Dame and they got Florida down, in the first couple of games, and then that they finish fast. With a couple of games on the road, they're going to be kind of tough in cold weather, but, it's going to be necessary to win those games if you're going to try to get to the ACC championship and hopefully get in the playoffs and possibly play for a national championship.
Yeah, and both sides of the ball. I don't know a lot about their new defensive coordinator. We certainly will ask Mario how it's shaping up on that side of the ball. But that is really more than anything else the biggest challenge. Offensively, I think they've got a pretty good group on that side, pretty good play caller, all that stuff. It does essentially come down to the D, doesn't it? Does it not?
It comes down to Carson Beck.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
The most important position, in college football is the quarterback play. But now he's got weapons. I call the offensive line absolutely a weapon. The ability to protect them and run the ball effectively. He's got weapons at the wide receiver, the tight end position. He's got two pretty good running backs as well. I don't have any issue with offensively. I know we're going to score points like we did last year. My concern is defensively. Are you going to be able to? You know what Notre Dame's going to do first game. They're going to line up probably in two tight. They're going to run the ball down your throat. Can you stop them? Can you effectively stop them from running the ball? So that's going to be in question week 1 against Notre Dame. And that's going to set the bar for the tempo for the rest of the season. Because quite frankly, the games that I watched last year against Georgia Tech, they just couldn't stop the run. Whatever the reason was, they just could not stop the run. Syracuse, those type of games that when you've got them in hand and you lose them because you can't effectively do anything on defense, that's a struggle for any team.
Right. And they think, and if you go with Mesidor's a guy that will play opposite Ruben Bain, but then also can go inside. So that essentially is the key, right? Making sure that defensive front, and I guess that would include the linebackers as well.
Yeah, but you got to have a nice rotation. You got to have a rotation of guys. You got to at the defensive front, although the front four may be your starters. I mean, you've got to have a legit 7 that you can rotate in and out. That once they go in and out, you don't miss a beat. And I just think last year you had times where the first team couldn't stop anybody, let alone the second team. So, I mean, you've got to have that rotation, that depth, those guys that can get after it and stop the run, and those that can effectively rush the passer.
That is it. It really is as simple as that. And that defense, you reduce, I don't know, 4 to 6 points a game, something like that, and you will be in great shape. And I know Mario would like to score more points and certainly have less points go on the board defensively. But let's sit down with the coach right now and let's say hello to him. Mario Cristobal joins us now on XL Primetime. You got Big Sirs back in Jacksonville, and then we're up here in beautiful Charlotte.
Sirs, what's up, my brother?
What's up, bro?
Hey, man, you should be here, bro.
I know.
That's all right.
You know what he'd be doing? He'd be getting ready for a cigar a little bit later on.
That's all right. That's what he should be doing.
That's right. Absolutely.
When you block at a 99.9% rate, you could do that.
Now.
All right, let's get the conversation going. Big Sirs and I will bounce back and forth. But when you think about what you've got, Coach, and I tell you what, I'll just show you this real quick. You can just go up and down the line with all the stories that are being posted right now about Carson Beck. As soon as you said he's full go, that was the headline. Everybody, especially fans of the U, are jacked up about that.
Well, I mean, I'm glad they are. I think, Leon, you could appreciate this. Somebody earlier today was like, well, Miami's always had talent. I go, whoa. I go, stop with the BS narratives. When we got here to Miami, all right, in 22, we were sitting on the tarmac at a fundraiser because it was the 7th round and Miami had not had a player drafted. Okay, and we had to wait to see if one would get drafted to be able to handle the media that would come, the negative media that would come with that. And at the same time, everybody understand, dude, when Leon Searcy and the rest of that gang were playing at Miami, it was multiple first-rounders a year and double-digit draft picks. And that's always going to be directly related to what your season looks like, right? Those things are directly proportional. So you fast forward 3 years, now we've got 7 guys drafted. That's 6 in the country, so climbing steadily. You win 10 games, you go undefeated at home. Like, the progress is something that our foot's on the gas, and we want more, and we're going to get more. And I'm glad everybody's fired up about Carson Beck because you know what? He's a tough dude. He's an ultra-smart dude. He's been in big games, played big-time football. And the big question in him coming to Miami was, hey, do you want to make Miami better? Do you want to help elevate Miami? Because we all know players want to get better, but are you willing to do this? And he was all about it. And so it all ties in really, really nicely. It all fits together, and we're fired up about the guy, man.
Now, Mario, I already know not to ask you about Notre Dame because I know you're old school. You're about the business of ball. And Jimmy was the same way. No matter what the opponent was, it was always about the next day. Yes. That next rep, that extra film, that extra gasser, that extra play. Is that the same mentality? Because I know these guys are excited about week 1, but it's all about the business of are you getting better practice after practice?
Amen, brother. That's it. And I've answered that question ad nauseum out here today. I'm like, respectfully, I'm going to say we'll talk about Notre Dame during Notre Dame week. Right now is Miami going to training camp. Technique, fundamentals, getting in elite shape, physicality, mastering our systems, ball security, blocking and tackling, and making that culture strong, making the ID, the DNA of our team, right? Making sure that we establish that, the identity of our program. And that's what the focus is right now, brother. Everything else will be there'll be a time and a place for it.
We're talking with Mario Cristobal, coach of the Miami Hurricanes here at ACC Kickoff. I'm glad Coach just let me know don't ask that question about Notre Dame. But it is funny because we were talking with Wesley and Akeem and, of course, with Carson. And you can't help it. If you're players, you're in that weight room, you're out on the field, you are talking about that big game that's coming up. But like you said, taking every single day of this offseason and bringing them together. And it seems like every player has said that.
Well, that's why you make your practices and your training camp challenging. You make it somewhere it really, really pushes guys completely out of their comfort zone, and you look for breakthroughs, and you test them. And every single day you grade performance because you're either getting better or you're getting worse. You're never staying the same, right? I know, seriously, you know that old adage by Coach Johnson. And so Yeah, it's all focus is on us right now. The competition at most positions is pretty thick, you know, and that's by design. We've been working really, really hard to elevate the roster, the coaching staff, the culture, the strength and conditioning program, the nutrition, and it's all coming. It's just coming along great, and the trajectory continues to point upward and strong. So we just want to get to camp, man. We want to be able to just shut out the world and get to just Miami Hurricane family going to work.
You know, Mario, one thing I can appreciate about your leadership is that they're about deeds and not words. We just had CC on, and all he talked about was get better. I mean, you're talking about the guy who's going to be a projected top 5 pick, but all he wants to do is continue to grow. He told me about this meeting that he went to with all the offensive line, former offensive line. He said he was a sponge. He took in all that information, worked on his craft. I think in this day and age with everything that's going on, I find it refreshing to see a kid like that just wants to get better and grow each and every day.
Amen, brother. And that's the way it should be. I mean, that is the DNA of the guys that we have brought in. And at the same time, it's the consistent messaging from everybody in the building. Just get better. Just work your ass off. Do your job the best you can do it, and make sure you're having a positive impact on the people around you, man. Nothing else matters. You know, nothing else matters. And we're completely focused on doing just that.
Give us an idea of defensive, the change at coordinator, and then the talent, because Wesley, like we said earlier, Wesley and Akeem, they seem fired up for what's ahead. Ruben Bain's not here, but we know how talented he is. But a little bit on that defensive side.
Well, you know, we needed to make a change. I mean, there was some success in 23, but after Game 4 in 24, we went on a downhill spiral that we just couldn't get out of. And look, I know we had some injuries and we were thin on the back end, but you still got to be able to adapt and adjust. And at least, you know, if you have to win games 45-31, I get it, you know, but we lost our way completely and we were moving sideways, and we recruited big physical guys to get upfield and play fast and, you know, explosive and physical football. And Corey Heatherman brings that to the table. You know, it's exactly what we needed when we needed it. And the guy's an awesome teacher. He reminds me a lot of the guys that we had, Leon and Coach Wanstad and Coach Davis and Greg Schiano. This guy's just a high-level teacher, man, and a really, really good motivator. So our guys have loved every bit of what they've gotten from Coach Heatherman so far.
Now, Mario, I got to ask you this question. The 16-110s, did you do away with them?
No, we actually end up doing a lot more than that. You know, it's expanded. You know, it just
you've added more to them.
Well, we do different. We do, you know, we start with 300s, 200s, 100s, and multiple like cluster sets of 80s, 60s, 40s. Like we do it every way. We do a lot of stuff, man. We always add an overtime period to whatever we do. So it may not be the exact same test.
Yeah,
but it is as or more challenging. And the rep count, you know, I have all the old scripts. Brother, we do so much more now.
Bro, you know those things kept us up at night, bro. I'm 16-110s, bro. You know,
and then
you added more
right?
to? You added more to it?
You know, the workouts and the practices. Well, it's real simple. If you don't make it, your tomorrow's workout, you don't have a workout. You have the same workout you did today. Do your damn 110s. Do your damn 80s, 60s, 40s. You know, it's
you old school, bro.
The standards have got to stay high and they've got to be elevated. And you'd be proud, man. There's a legitimate just consensus of shut the up and get to work. You know, it's that simple. Don't mind anything else. Just get to work.
Love it.
Couple more for Mario Cristobal, coach of the Hurricanes. Everyone does have an opinion on how the college football playoffs should look going forward. What's your opinion? Have you chimed in on it? You good with 12 teams? You'd like to see more?
I like 12. I like the 5 and 11 model.
Okay.
I do. I think, you know, I don't believe in automatic qualifiers. That to me is, why should anyone receive an automatic bid?
Totally agree.
I mean, football is cyclical. Teams and conferences go up and down, and you know, that's just football, and recruiting and development is the most imperfect science in the world, right? So let everyone, as much as possible, let them earn it on the field, and then let's go from there.
And so would you, 5-11, you'd be hard and fast with that, and then you wouldn't worry about seeding just based on letting the committee seed them the way. In other words, last year I thought was a train wreck with conference champions being seated at the top. And they've eliminated that.
Conference championships have to be rewarded, because then why play the game? If not, we're just having a beauty pageant, right? What looks to, you know, the eye of the beholder, right? not knowing exactly the depth of, what does that team, even though it's been known to be that, or it was projected to be that, what's really on the field and why are they winning or losing and how did teams do against. I just think all that, the projection stuff is, that's why the playoff system is so good in the NFL, because it's set, right? There's a standard. You got to win the games. You got to be able to qualify. You're in these divisions, and you go from there. That's the ideal. Mm-hmm. If you can't have that, then I think the next best model is 5-11.
Big.
I wanted to congratulate Mario. I got to show some love on the number one recruit in the country, the offensive lineman. Big joker, bro.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to comment on that stuff during this time of year, but I know where you're coming from. I'm just not allowed to comment on it.
All right.
All right. So let's get the other number one before we're done. Cam Ward, we already knew that he was drafted first overall. He was going to play. Anyway, Will Levis is now shoulder surgery. He's going to be out. So he's gone. It's all Cam's party now. And so what do you think about basically the talent that has now come into the AFC South?
Well, the same thing that I mentioned to the brass for the Tennessee Titans. Everyone knew that Cam Ward could throw the football and that he was talented. What people wanted to see out of him with his year at Miami was, can he elevate a program and continue to change the trajectory of a program and a franchise? And he did that, and I see him doing that as well with Tennessee. He's an elite human being and competitor, and he works at it. He is not just a gifted guy. There is a guy that he doesn't care about anything except winning football games. Yeah. Okay, that guy, you wouldn't find him anywhere but at the house with that mongrel of a dog that he had, a humongous beast that I was terrified of. But all he would do is just do whatever he can to help Miami win.
Now, Mario, sorry, Joe. Now, Mario, as far as Cam Ward, I mean, he is a rookie, and I know that he has this alpha male about him, and sometimes I could turn off a locker room full of veterans. But if he goes out there and proves it, which I know he will as far as wins go, I mean, he'll be embraced by then, right?
You know what, Leon, no one knows what those NFL defensive linemen look like and feel like more than you, brother. And, I think when you're that much of an outwardly, prominent leader, I think people, are incentivized to get after you and come after you. I think that's part of the game. I think that he will earn the respect just through his hard work and performance. And people will soon realize that, sometimes they don't, people are a little bit taken aback by how aggressive he is. But what they cannot deny is his care factor and his commitment to the team. It's off the charts.
All right, Big Sir, send off Coach Mario so we can turn him loose.
Well, bro, hey, I know you're going to have profound success, man. Everybody stay healthy, I gotta say but one thing. Go Canes, baby.
God bless you. Love you, brother. Go
Canes.
You, bro.
You got it.
Thank you, Coach. All right, good stuff from Mario. Definitely enjoy having him on. And Leon always, the way they look, they're teammates, okay? They know exactly what it takes to go through the tough rigors of practice. And like he said, Big, he's ramping up those 110s.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought as much as we struggled with him that he would have, put him out the pasture. But he's actually elevated, added more to him. So hats off to him because, listen, I know I had many sleepless nights worrying about them damn 110s.
All right, that's beautiful. All right, we will come back. If we can sneak in one more interview, we will. But close to wrapping it up here, ACC Kickoff. Matt is out in Vegas with Big Ten Media Day, so plenty coming from both LV and the Queen City.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. There's something about hearing the game live that makes it all come to life. Feel the energy on 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Did you know that for every inch of rain on a 2,000 square foot roof, 1,500 gallons come off the eaves of the roof? Call Clearwater Seamless Gutters and Drainage, and we'll design a plan using our Clearwater Seamless Gutters, and we'll connect those gutters to a Clearwater drainage system to solve your erosion and standing water issues.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters. And drainage, too.
SeamlessGuttersJacksonville.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
The dog days of summer are here. Low financing and limited time bonus cash on all trades. So don't sweat it. Come beat the heat at Beaver Automotive where the summer deals will wow you.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden & Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden & Associates, keeping the first coast focused.
Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Circa Resort and Casino has 2 epic pro football contests, Circa Million and Circa Survivor. Circa Million, pick 5 games weekly against the spread for $1 million grand prize. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no spread. Last one standing wins $15 million. Enter at any Circa in Nevada, play anywhere. Sign up for either and get 50% off a 2-night stay. Helmets and Heels will be live from Circa in Vegas on August 22nd. Full contest details at circasports.com and the 1010XL homepage.
One man, one hammer. One place to hear it drop. Hammer Time with Hayes, weekdays on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL, driven by Kia on Atlantic. Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World,
simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Triumph has branched off from on-road to off-road. Give us the latest on what they've got.
They've got the 250 and the 450. Rick Carmichael designed these bikes himself, and they are bad to the bone.
So you're talking about a really cool effect from a bike off-road that Triumph had on-road forever.
It is, and it's out there winning races, and it is fun to ride.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville, their showroom on Atlantic near Regency, or online on their Facebook page.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
The coolers are full at your local Gate gas station, making it easy for you to cruise in and cruise out with little downtime. Ice cold Coronas, Natty Light, Stella Artois, and Michelob Ultra. Don't forget the king of beers, Cold Buds. Gate's got them in the cooler, waiting for you.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is today was all about the U, baby. It was absolutely all about the U. It was good to see Mario on the show and ACC Mauigoa. You know, just talk a little old school ball. I mean, I'm in my era. I am. I remember having to play the big games, and it's not about the big games. If you take care of the Miami Hurricane business, the big games will take care of themselves. And I love that Mario's taking that approach with this team. Yeah, Notre Dame's a huge game week 1, but if you're about your business of ball, you take care of it and refine your technique, your fundamentals, your toughness, the game will take care of itself. So I love that about Mario, that he's old school, and he's going to win some games this year.
Yeah, but you know me, Big. I wanted him to be just like Brian Kelly and start saying, hey, hell yeah, we're talking about it. It is the biggest game. It is a huge game, but I get it. He's smart. He's measured. He's all that stuff, which is probably the best way to do it. Fight off the highs and lows, just keep him consistent. But dang it, man. That is such a big ball game, and when you look at the first, you got 2 soft serves. Actually, South Florida could be a little bit of a tough out because what they do have going on down there, they got a pretty good guy under center, and they've done some okay things with the portal. But you got Notre Dame to start, Bethune-Cookman, South Florida, then Florida State. Louisville, it all happens pretty fast, Big. If they were to get off the rails and start to encounter a little adversity, shall we say, on one side of the ball or the other, that could be tough.
I don't see it. I see them names you just reeled off.
Yeah.
Win. All right, 6-0 don't sound bad to me.
Now, last year, it took you until the Duke game before you saw an L. And obviously you guys got out very quickly last year.
Yeah, well, Duke was concerned. We almost lost that game to Duke, so hats off to Duke. They played us to the end. Now, my concern with the Miami is down the stretch. The North Carolina States, at Vatech, at Pitt,
right.
Those type of guys. Syracuse at home could be kind of tough. Going on the road in Tallahassee against Florida State, which is never easy, could be tough. So, I mean, I like the fact that maybe their first 8 games are for 6 of them are like at home.
Yeah.
So, you've got to win your games at home, and then, you got to do what you got to do on the road.
And heck, I'm looking mid-October to early November. You also have 3 of the 4 at home. Mm-hmm. Louisville at home, Stanford coming to Miami, Syracuse down there. But then you do have to go to the Pony Express, and you've got to play Miami and see how that goes November 1. By the way, I did see one of the original members of the Pony Express, Craig James, here earlier. I'm hoping we might be able to get him on at some point because we had one of the SMU Mustangs that was on with us, Big, and maybe even Brett Lashley, who we'll hear from tomorrow. They know how big it was back then, and they actually think they got the ability and the financing for the NIL to build that bad boy up and get it going again.
Oh, they've got the money, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got the NIL money to entice the players to come to play at SMU. And now, listen, I like last year when he was at Miami. Yeah. I think he was a brilliant mind offensively. So I wasn't surprised that SMU had the success that they had. And they're going to be one of the front runners with the ACC. I mean, it's going to be Miami, it's going to be Clemson, it's going to be SMU.
Yeah.
So that's going to be I like the fact that Miami has to go on the road and play them. So that's going to be a challenge for them. I want to see how they handle it.
All right, JJ, if you don't mind, will you give me that, big bro?
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, I just sent on the XL Primetime thread a video of the spread that we have today, okay? And I'm just going to go through it right now, all right? It starts off with a nice little, like, kind of an avocado smash, and then it's got some nice frijoles, some refried beans, and then it goes to some nice strip steak and some really good seasoned chicken. And guess what? They had corn tortillas, both hard and soft, okay? There was no flour to be found. This was straight corn tortillas, and I might even have to put this out on X because this answers the question, okay? soft or hard, it's all about the corn. That's what I'm telling you right now.
Bro, I think you're just bragging right now because me and JJ just had a box of Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, JJ?
It was good, but it was not tacos.
Exactly, that part.
I'd even eat a hard shell taco right now.
Which, by the way, we did find out, and as far as that goes, that the lovely Blake LaSelva had never had Cracker Jacks until she went to Fenway. Is that true?
Yes.
It's
Now
unreal.
now I bring them home all the time because of Leon.
You're welcome, JJ.
My snack hookup, my dealer.
But it was a great little spread in there, that's for sure. So they definitely were taking care of us. But between the last couple of trips, and I even had to confess to you guys when I was up in Fernandina after we did the show at Mocama, and we went down into the beautiful downtown historic area of Fernandina, and we went to one of the nice little restaurants there, and there was not a hard shell taco to be found.
No.
And we asked one of the guys behind the bartender, and it's a family operation, so there's a bunch of them that moved into Fernandina, and they run a very nice restaurant, and he just laughed when we asked the question about hard taco. He goes, no.
Bro, hard tacos all day, bro. It's all about the crunch.
No.
Yeah,
Not the mush. When you eat a soft taco is about the mush.
Yeah.
It's
Listen,
about
I
the
love them
crunch,
both.
baby.
I never was ever saying one couldn't live without the other because I like both of them just as much.
Yeah,
That's
I
for
guess.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow, and we'll probably, as we go along, like I said, what we are planning on tomorrow is Rhett Lashley, SMU head coach. We're going to hear from Ron Rivera, who is now the general manager of of Stanford, excuse me, because he goes out there and I take that. Yeah, he's at Cal. I'm starting to mix up. I'm mixing up the two ACC schools from California. Imagine that. But that's what I'm doing because he was a Cal Bear back in the day. And so anyway, a nice conversation with him, and then with Rhett Lashley, and then we'll hear from a couple of other guys before the show. We will not have Mike Norvell on during the show tomorrow, but we will have him on after the show, and we will make sure we get that out where everybody can listen to what Mike Norvell has to say. We will hear from a couple of FSU players tomorrow. Richie Leonard IV, Earl Little Jr. Will be on the show, and then also Devon Patterson, who plays at Wake, who's from Jacksonville. So big. We got a handful of them that are going to be rolling through tomorrow.
Yeah, that's nice. Hey, Earl Little Jr., bro. I was his flag football coach back in the day. And now
Are
he's
you kidding?
Yes, I was. I really was.
Oh, if we can set it up, we might have to push him to just like Frank Reich at the start. That's so
He doesn't remember me, bro. It was just for 1 year.
Yeah, but it's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story. Aronde Gaston Jr. was on that team as well, too.
Yeah.
And with all that talent, I couldn't find a way to win.
What was the record?
I think we went we played 6 games. We were 2-4. Yeah, I was terrible. I was a terrible coach.
So what year are we talking about that you were coaching?
This was like right after I got fired from the Dolphins. 2 years later, I want to say like 04.
4 or 5? Okay,
Yeah,
4 or 5.
03 or 04, yeah, something like that.
And Aronde Gadsden that played for the Dolphins?
Yeah, his son was on my team
His
as well.
son.
Yeah, his son was on my team as well.
He was just a prize recruit too right now, right?
Yeah,
Through this last recruiting cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. It had to be a little later though, because
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm thinking.
it had to be like 07, 08-ish. I can't remember, but
Right.
they were like 9 or 10 at the particular time. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, little youngsters, little pieces of clay that you were molding.
Yeah. I don't know about molding.
Well, one of the great stories, one of my buddies, Pete Burkhart, from the Burkhart Distributing down in the Ogg, they're the first ones who I learned how delicious Bud Light, Bush was my dad's beer of choice back in the day. Anyway, I grew up with the Burkharts, and they had Burkhart Distributing, so he was coaching, I think it was basketball, I think that's what it was. Mm-hmm. And it was our daughter, young Hyla, and his daughter, Molly. And they were in the, I don't even remember what age they were, probably like you're saying, 8, 9, something like that. Anyway, one of the other teams was playing a little rough. And so Coach Pete calls a timeout. And you can see him gesturing over on the side. He said, look, let's get physical down in the paint. If they're throwing elbows, let's throw some elbows as well. So he was shaping the youth. A couple of young impressionable girls. He was teaching them how to throw, those little kidney shots if they needed to, Big. Whatever you need to survive in the paint. All right, let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill on 1010XL.
Let's say hello to Lauren Brooks. You guys are ready to roll down in Duval as we were up here in Charlotte. How you doing?
Yeah, I've been listening, doing a great job getting all those guests today. And by the way, a certain Tony Baselli was at that offensive line masterminds.
Oh, was he?
He sure was.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, because it was interesting because ACC Mauigoa was he's obviously the prize tackle for Miami, and he mentioned it to Leon and I. That's what Lauren's talking about, is that it was Kevin Mawai. He named Lane Johnson. He named Joe Thomas. He named a handful of those guys, but Tony was up there too?
He sure was. I have a picture of all of them that were there, and like he mentioned, several Hall of Famers. He just maybe forgot to mention Baselli because it's been a few years since he played.
Yeah, that is pretty good, though. That's pretty good stock right there that he's learning from.
Absolutely. I love that kind of stuff. We have the Titan University, and it's got to be good for those guys to share knowledge with one another, the pass rushers we've seen before, too.
All right, so what do you all have on the books today?
Well, obviously, we'll be talking training camp as it begins tomorrow. Super excited about that. And we also have a Circa Survivor champion from 2023. Kevin is going to join us and talk all things Circa Survivor. So we've got a lot coming up.
All right, that sounds good. Enjoy it and have fun.
Thanks. You have, I think, more fun there in Charlotte, Joe.
We're definitely going to try and log some good times up here for sure.
All right.
All right. Thank you. All right. So you got Lauren, Taylor, Tommy Mack. They will be coming up big. We will be back at it tomorrow with plenty coming from up here, and looking forward to seeing what FSU and company has to say tomorrow.
Absolutely.
All right, my man. We are done. Thanks to Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi. They are all right there. They are there to wow you. Make sure you log on and check out all that Beaver Automotive has to offer from the ACC Kickoff. Thanks to the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 234. We had a good time up here day one. Back tomorrow, right back at it. Joe C., Big Search, JJ, and Matty Hayes.